And all you
So
need to
I'm
do is just,
recording. Now I'm recording. Now what what are we doing? Let's tell everybody what we're doing.
we're going to talk a little bit about Chris Voss's book called Never Split the Difference. I'm not going to really give a lot of detail on who Chris Voss is, other than just to say he's a negotiator. But I will name some of the things that he talks about, and then ask your opinion about it. How about that?
Okay, very good. I know he's not paying us to do this advertising for him, but we
Yeah.
just liked what he had to say and we liked his book. And I like some of the stuff he's said on other videos and other YouTube videos. But go ahead. I'm up for the challenge. We haven't practiced this.
So the other day, um, Suzette kind of turned me onto this book by a gentleman by the name of Chris Voss. And Chris was a former negotiator with the CIA.
Hmm. No,
And after
FBI.
he, oh, excuse me, FBI.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm
So he
sure
wrote a
he
book
would.
called,
I don't know how he would feel if we say something about CIA versus FBI.
hey, they're all the same. It's three letters.
I don't know if he would agree. Chris, if you ever watch this video, I'm sorry. We're new at this.
So Chris wrote a book. It's called Never Split the Difference. And I wasn't really sure what the heck he was talking about. But after reading through some of this and figuring out some of the negotiation skills, one of the things that I personally discovered was he sounds a lot like Claude Diamond, who was one of our mentors. They used a similar technique.
Yes.
And so I thought I would make a couple statements here and maybe ask Suzette's opinion about it. So, one of the things that we found out the goal when you're in negotiations is that people want to be understood and accepted. Would you think that's very true?
That's very true. People want to
Okay.
be understood and accepted. Absolutely.
So, this is one of the key factors that Chris talked about was needing to be understood and accepted and also to feel safe and secure. Why would you think that is so important in a negotiation type of situation?
To feel secure and important.
Mhm. Safe, secure, understood, and accepted. Why would those be key factors in a negotiation situation?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with trust because I don't trust you yet. I don't know who you are. And we're doing a negotiation trying to have accomplish a goal. And I guess we both have the same goal, one from one angle, and my goal is from another angle. And what we're trying to do is like make sure that we're all being fair, but we're always want to feel like we won. We won and we did the best we could to win the best deal, the best price, the best terms. Some people don't care somebody else's feelings while going through the process of negotiations, but I think the way he explains it, you want to make sure that you are understanding the person that you're negotiating with, and the end goal will be that both going to win.
Interesting. So he also talks about um, recognizing the perspective of the other side and demonstrating that recognition by using some key phrases. And one of the things he kept saying over and over again that it was important at the end of or when you're beginning your negotiations is to get the other side to say the words that's right, not you're right, but that's right.
Hmm.
And I thought, wow, they kind of sound the same to me. So would you agree that when somebody comes to you and you're having a talk of some type or negotiating something, and you use the phrase, you're right, how does that make you feel if somebody says that to you?
Maybe that person's trying to make me feel good. They don't necessarily agree with what I'm saying, but they're just trying to agree just for the for I guess for the time that you're just having that conversation. Not necessarily 100% agree, but you're okay with that.
Would it surprise you that the way Chris describes when people use the words, you're right, he says it's a very dismissive type of term.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think about if you're talking to, I don't know, your child, and you're wanting that child to do something in particular,
Mm-hmm.
and you say, I need you to take care of this. And your child says, okay. And 10 minutes later, they haven't done it. And you back again, hey, are you going to do this? Yeah, I'm going to take care of that. He sort of uses that same uh, explanation when you're doing or dealing with people by somebody repeatedly saying, you're right. You're right. He says it's very dismissive, and people say that to get rid of you.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense the way that's being described?
Yeah, I just never thought about it that way because we're so used to doing that to other people and to hearing that from other people. Yes, you're right, you're right. But if you really think about it, we do say it because we do want to move on. Okay, you're right. Let's move on. Not necessarily agreeing with what's happening or the statement, but we just done with the conversation. In other words, let's move on.
Mhm. So after reading his book and listening to some of his videos, it started to kind of ring a little true to me as well. And
Hmm.
I kept thinking, wow, how many times have I done that to somebody?
Hmm. Me too.
And you really are. You're just trying to get rid of them, get them out of your face or whatever. So when he makes the comment to say, you really want to get to that's right. Because when you say, or somebody says to you, that's right,
Hmm.
that means they bought into what you're wanting.
They're
E-
agreeing with us, with me. Hmm.
Exactly, exactly. So it's important. He says it's not always easy to get to that answer. Sometimes it means that you have to take a hard look at yourself,
Hmm.
and maybe you would say, you know what, I didn't do a great job for you. And, I did this and I did that. He said, kind of lay it on heavy as far as where you failed. And he said, quite often people come back and say, that's right, you did. And it's like, boy, a little light goes on. But all of a sudden, you've got buy in from those people because you've shown a certain level of integrity.
Hmm.
So I thought that was quite interesting.
I agree. Very interesting.
He also talked a little bit about labels and validating the person that you're dealing with on an emotional level, and you do it with some key phrases. One of them
Hmm.
is starting off your sentence with "it seems like" or "it sounds like"
Hmm.
or "it looks like."
Hmm.
So to give you an example, we're dealing with something, and it's just not going well. I might say to you, it seems like you're a little angry with me. Have I done something to offend you?
Hmm.
And I guess it's kind of like a pattern interrupt in a way. It
Hmm.
kind of works and makes him stop and think about, oh, this guy he really cares about what I'm thinking. Now, it doesn't mean you have to agree with anything that they're particularly saying, but you're acknowledging what you feel like they may be feeling. So those are some good things, and I like doing that because once you say the phrase, whatever it is, remember again, it seems like, it sounds like, or it looks like, and you make your statement, then you shut up and pause for a minute and give them a chance to answer. What do you think about that?
What would it look like if you were going to do an example? What would it look like?
Well, I just gave you the one example on it seems like. So really, when you say, it looks like things are falling apart right at this moment. What can we do to recover? What can we do, or what can I do to get things back on track?
Seems
So
like
really,
that's important to you.
yeah, and it's really, I thought those were great little uh, beginnings to those sentences to kind of diffuse things. So pretty cool stuff. I'll only talk about a couple more things here, and we'll probably do a couple more videos about Chris's works because it's very intriguing to. Uh, he uses a common thread about never saying the word yes. He
That's
said
right.
it's interesting that we're taught our entire life to say yes, right? It's just
That's right.
that's right. Very good. You learn fast.
That's right.
That's right. So kind of make me lost my train of thought. One of the things and I've been using this since we started, is to change the tone of your voice. Slow it down, maybe a little deeper. He called it the late night DJ voice. And people don't realize it a lot of time, but it has kind of a calming effect. So when you get somebody that's a little excited on the other side, they're listening to your smooth voice. It sounds like they're listening to late night radio. And when I was watching his videos, I noticed how much he used that when he was talking to his big crowds of people. Now he didn't use it the entire time, but he inflected it right in the middle of his little speeches. But I thought that was quite interesting.
Sounds very interesting.
Hmm. He talked about giving your I don't like to use the word adversary, your counterpart that you're negotiating with, giving them the right to say no. It helps them kind of protect their autonomy and gives them a sense of control. So if I were to say to you, um, and let's go back to the it looks like you're finished dealing with me and my company. Most often that response would be, oh no, I'm not finished, because by allowing them to say no, kind of puts them back in control and they don't feel like you're backing them into a corner for a sale. It's like what are most people taught in sales?
Unless
It's
they are. And if they
yeah.
are, then you can just move on.
Right, exactly. So these are a couple cool things that it really, you talk about a paradigm shift in the way you're thinking about selling.
Hmm.
Um, I think by incorporating some of these techniques will really not only boost your confidence, it makes the other side feel like they've got a say in things, and they're not feeling pressured or so. I think we'll wrap up this video for now, and maybe in our next video we'll hit a few more key items that Chris talks about. But very interesting concept. Uh, Chris Voss evidently is a very smart man, and yes, he was with the FBI.
Sounds like a plan.
That's right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.